and it's Tuesday night, July
Whoa. Come on.
Ain't starting good, fellas.
Yeah,
Get it right, Marty. Come on.
Hey, that's the bad thing about live television. You can't hit the rewind button on it.
You can go back and relick the calf, though.
Yeah. Happy Thursday night to all of you. See, we missed last week, and so it kind of threw me off there. It is July the 6th, 2023. Hope all of you had a great and happy 4th of July. And don't adjust your television set. Don't change the channel. You're watching the one, the only, the real news network, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, live on Thursday night. And we welcome all of you out there. We sure missed you last week and glad you are tuning us in tonight. If you happen to be watching us on the Facebook, if you don't mind, reach over, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know that you're watching live Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and put it on your Facebook page. Just do that a favor for us. Reach over, hit the like button, hit the share button if you're watching on Facebook. Again, guys, we welcome you to our show. We got them all the way from Dawsonville, Georgia, Gainesville, Georgia, Lake Seminole, Smut-Eye, Alabama, Arlington, Georgia. We got them all over the globe here tonight, and we are coming to you live and in color on July the 6th, 2023, live from our studio here in Enterprise, Georgia, live in our studio in Thompsontown, Georgia, live in our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and live at the brand new resurfaced turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Live all across the world where it's legal and illegal for us to broadcast, all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and in coming to you live in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. All of our good friends up in Baker County, y'all know we love you tonight. Guys, if by chance you happen to miss us and want to catch us, we will not be rerun. We will be live Tuesday. Live on Tuesday. You can catch us Tuesday at 9 a.m. on all the major news networks. We will be leading the press briefing at the White House, and it will be brought to us by Johnson & Johnson baby powder this week. And Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show will be leading the press briefing on Tuesday at the White House, and it'll be sponsored by Johnson & Johnson baby powder. And boys, for the first time ever, 88 and 1/64 inches television pleasure, full color, high definition, streaming in 4K. We're coming to them live tonight for the first time ever at Maldine's. Mail order prostrate exams and prostitutes. Milking lessons on VHS, Marlboro logo dish sets, mullet roll flavored potato chips, and marketing of bull semen in Mineral Bluff, Alabama.
Woo! Marvin, I was going to ask you what were they milking, but I don't think I'm going to ask you. I think I'm going to pass on that.
I bet you them milking lessons on VHS, that's an antique collectible now.
Well, you can have them.
Yeah.
I don't want them.
Don't want to know.
Yeah.
But old Maldine, we give a big shout out to Maldine. She's got mail order prostate exams and prostitutes, milking lessons on VHS, Marlboro logo dish sets, mullet row flavored potato chips, and marketing of all your bull semen in Mineral Bluff, Alabama.
I hope the law ain't listening tonight for Maldine.
You know, we're proud to have Maldine as our first-time sponsor over in Mineral Bluff, Alabama. Guys, we want to welcome you to the show.
We may have to cut Maldine loose. We may have to cancel Maldine.
Look at there's too many folks in this country concerned, and too many folks up there around Washington trying to decipher all the communications in the White House. They want to know why Johnson & Johnson want such publicity as leaving baby powder in the White House.
Can't talk about it, man. They done instituted the Hatch Act.
I
That's
saw
it.
it.
What
about
is the Hatch
I
Act? Yeah,
saw
yeah.
The
Yeah,
Hatch
we
Act.
don't want to break no law. We surely don't want to break no rules
The
up there.
Hatch Act is a legal way that the politicians have learned how to put the quietus on illegal operations and not tell nobody about it. That's what the Hatch Act is. It's sort of like the way a politician pleads the fifth. They ain't got a tail. Now, see, they holler Hatch Act, and then you can't ask somebody. They had to be quiet. They talk then. It's like a
What does the
gag.
Hatch Act have to do with cocaine? That's what I want to know.
Well,
Oh,
they having a hard time trying to figure out whose it is. I mean, the little plastic bag is plainly marked property of H. Biden, but they don't know who that H is. I mean, it could be Harold, it could be Harry. I mean, they having to go all through to figure out who it could be.
They
I
got
bet it's
to
Henry.
they got to go through the whole
The
everybody.
whole thing, and it's messing up the investigation.
It could have been a French man coming there with the name of Badin.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
they ain't real sure. They think what happened is the other night during the fireworks that it scared Joe so bad he peed on the carpet and ran outside the bushes and hid. And then there where they found it the next day. They ain't sure exactly who it belongs to. And here's the strange thing. I mean, this is what I don't get. As honest as they are, because they'll tell you they ain't been a more honest family in the White House.
Transparent.
Oh yeah, they can't figure out why they haven't spoken up yet as to who it is, but they're getting ready to make their statement through their, Are we live?
Yeah, well, we are. We ain't got nobody on right now, but we back. All right, now I think we back. Yeah, we back live now.
See what you get for breaking the Hatch Act. See that? They just
Let
cut you off.
me pick up where we left off about where the location. It's the only thing I've ever heard of where the evidence keeps changing locations.
Yeah.
You know, on its own. I mean, this is an hourly basis here. It starts out in one place where they found the evidence, and then you got another group of people said, "Oh no, it wasn't there. It was over here." Then you got another group of people said, "Oh no, it wasn't either one of those two places. It was way over yonder, way away." From the president and the first son, it was away from them. So anyway, it beats me about how that stuff just keeps changing. The evidence keeps moving around on you.
The wind's blowing it.
The wind has got in it and moved it around, and folks recalling things differently. The first responders that first got there, they was on the radio, found in the library right next to the president's we'll call him that, next to Joe Biden's, what he calls his office, where he's occupying right now. Right pretty close to there. And then it moved on a little further away, and then that was getting a little heat, and it moved moved somewhere else. So any of y'all Democrats out there that feel free, that might want to straighten us out about how many different locations that the cocaine has moved to since they first found it. Let us know. If you maybe y'all got some more information than what we do. Maybe y'all listen to another news media.
I got a sneaking suspicion before it's all over. It ain't gonna be cocaine after all. It's gonna turn out to be somebody with baking a cake and left that confectionate sugar out there, and they're gonna blame it on the cook and fire. That's what's gonna happen.
Because of what?
Exactly.
During the hot season of the year, the hot time of the year, Johnson's baby powder and men, a lot of the times we have to use them. I'm just wondering if that's what happened. Joe had been out in the heat, and he had got some chafing going on, and that was baby powder.
He can't walk that fast. He can't walk fast enough to chafe.
He can't walk fast enough to do that.
No.
But he got some chafing, all right. No. When you keep a wet diaper on all day long, and it's full of crap, I promise you, son, you gonna have some chafing. Because he's toting a load. Let me tell you, everywhere he goes, he's carrying a load.
But see, here's the thing. If it had been at your house, Floyd, you'd have done been in the chain gang.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, please. I'd have been in cuffs. It'd been on the front page of the newspaper, son. It'd have been on WALB TV. It'd be the headline.
Yeah. If it had been at Charlie's house, he'd be down there in Mobile busting up rocks somewhere.
That's
or
right.
other, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, let me throw this out before we get any farther here. We got folks all over watching. I know some of you dropped us. It was about the time we started talking about this political, so we don't know if Facebook and YouTube might have just flung a switch and cut us off. But most of you've joined us back. We want to see your rain reports on there. How much rain have you gotten in the last week? How much rain have you gotten in the last few days? Just whenever. We just want to get some rain reports from the tri-state area of what all is going on. And Charlie, before I turn it over to you, let me share some pictures real quick because I got quite a few tonight to share. Charles Pickle, man, he has been busy. I want you to look at here. This was over the weekend.
Wow.
I mean, look at that
Lord have
onion
mercy.
and that corn.
Mercy, mercy, mercy.
A bit of
And
that's
then-
fried, ain't it? Oh, that's fried.
Yeah, did he deep fry that corn?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, he fried it.
Ooh.
You can fry
Look
anything.
right here.
Hmm.
Look right there. Look what a mess of white peas.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sent me this right before we went on the air. Look right here what he's doing today.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Wheel run off the wagon there.
Uh,
Great day.
and then look right here what a spread at the Floyd B. Lloyd estate tonight, y'all.
Look at that.
That's
Look
what
at
I'm
that.
talking about.
That's some flounder from Ziggy B's.
Mm-hmm.
We normally Thursday night shrimp night, but I said I want to change up, so we got us some flounder in there. Now I did it just like I do my shrimp. I just dusted a little flour on it and sauteed it in some olive oil. And man, you talk about something fine. That's the freshest fish I ever ate in my life. I say probably 2 hours ago that fish was swimming in the Gulf of Mexico.
That's what I'm talking about.
I am too. Look at him. Look at that sunrise or sunset. I don't know which it is. I think it's a sunrise in a schooner sent in right there. Pretty beautiful. Boys, I had a treat last week. We didn't have the show last week. I was up in Nashville, Tennessee with the family, and I want to show you a picture of who I got to see right there. None other than the living legend himself.
Rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, he didn't sing it, though. I wanted him to. He come out with, "I'm a common man. I drive a common van. My dog ain't got no pedigree."
You know who that looked like? You know who I thought that was when you first throw it up there? I thought it was Larry Funderburg. It looked like Funderburg.
Yeah.
Thunderbird can't sing like that now.
No, he can't say maybe he might be lip syncing. Yeah, moving his lips. I said, "Damn, what's that Funderburg on the stage there? What's he doing?"
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
that was Funderburg.
I hadn't thought about Thunderbird could be a Thunderbird. He's a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
taller than John Conley,
He
though.
could be an impersonator. He can impersonate John Conley.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, you know what happened a year ago today?
Talk to me.
I come home from the hospital.
All right.
1 year ago today.
Wow.
Man,
You
it
ain't
was a
missed a
good
lick,
day.
have you, Queasy?
Woo, thank the Lord. Man, I'm so happy. 1 year ago, that just goes to show for any of y'all out there just needs to hear it. That just goes to show that God does miracles every day.
Exactly.
Every single day. Every day.
Every day.
You better believe it. He ain't never late, he ain't never early, but he's always on time.
He's on his time. That's right.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Praise the Lord.
Hey, boys, I know this may not mean something to everybody that's watching, and those in the Georgia, South Georgia area. Susan Middleton Turner had this on Facebook, and I called Floyd about it the other day. It's an old map back in the early 1900s in Miller County. There's two or several communities I never knew existed. Horns Crossroad, Floyd knew right where it was. Spooner and Bate, Georgia. Eugene, Georgia. I knew about Macedonia and Lucille and Twilight and all of that.
Georgia. Spooner.
Huh?
Spooner down there.
Yep. And
Yeah, I was born in Bate. I was born and raised in Bate. That's where I was born and raised there.
That's an old map. What year was that map? Did she say?
I think it was about 1909, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Wow.
Look out from Iron City, Leela. I didn't know about Leela.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but man, I'm telling you, this is pretty neat right here. There's one right over in the edge of I guess that'd be Baker County, Dime.
I ain't
Yeah.
never heard of. I ain't never heard of dime now.
Yeah.
That's. Uh, I ain't never heard of dime. Any of y'all out there, the Cheever Town, that look like
Yeah.
Cheever Town to me.
It's right on the river. It's right on
That's
the river.
Cheever Town. That's old Cheever Town right there. That's what that is.
And then up in Blake, up around Early County, Elmo and Fitzhugh, and I don't know, man. Let's see, Korea. I knew about Korea, but that got me right there. I just thought that was pretty neat. That map from how those communities, and you imagine. I mean, of course, y'all, Floyd, you would know. You the oldest of us here, but I mean, probably every one of them communities had stores back in the day. Its
Oh
own.
man, yeah, they were stores everywhere. They were Cross Road had a store. Man, they were stores everywhere. It may not be but like a 10 by 10, but it was a store. You could get you something to eat and drink right there.
Yeah, because you couldn't come to town. You couldn't afford to come to town.
And a lot of times road be washed out. So we slipped in the ditch. And yeah, I can tell y'all some stories about slipping in the ditch. Literally.
Like up in Floyd Town that time you slipped in the ditch up there.
Yeah. That was figuratively and literally.
Charlie, there's one thing, buddy. You might not be nothing else, but you consistent.
He remember Floyd Town.
You know what kills me is it's been that Floyd Town's been going on. We've been on the air for 100, almost 160 episodes, 3 years, and we still do not have the Floyd Town story.
Well, it was going on. He was digging for it 5 years for that.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know this. Rhonda Pate put up there in the early 1900s, Cyrene had its own college.
Really?
Yeah, it did have
I
its own
didn't know
college.
that.
Sure did. Yeah. Cyrene was a big turpentine place down there. That was a big turpentine gathering area in Cyrene down there. And I knew it had a college down there. Sure did. I remember that.
I didn't know
There's
that.
a marker down there, I think, that marks the historic marker that marks where the college was there.
Donnelly and them got 5.5 inches up in Patmos. They getting rain up there.
Not who?
Wow.
Donnelly and Patmos.
The mayor of Patmos.
Land above. Woo.
Unreal.
We've had about an inch over here in the last few days at some of the locations.
I think we've had 400s in the last week to 10 days.
Yeah, we had a trace. We had a trace this afternoon, just a trace.
We ain't even had that.
They used to, these old farmers, they'd gather up down there at the store or something, there, you know. Someone will come in, how much rain you get? He said, well, I tell you what. He said, if you put a Prince Albert cigarette paper on the ground, he said, after it rained 10 minutes later, said you could roll you up a Prince Albert cigarette on it. Now that ain't much rain, is it?
That ain't no rain.
That's hard times right there, so that's hard to get right there. Yeah. And you lay your cigarette paper, Prince Albert cigarette paper on the ground, it rained on it 10 minutes later. Roll you up a Prince Albert and smoke it. Amen.
Sound like Uncle Dump.
Oh, Lord have mercy, those. I remember them old days. Y'all talking about them stores a while ago, all them old country stores. Man, they used to be everywhere. Everywhere and there's so many stories about country stores. Yeah, I mean, and Baker County was full of them. We talk about Baker County, Miller County. I know over there around Headland and Dothan and all. I know, and what was that? What was it? Haleburg. You know, they had to be stores everywhere, man.
There was.
They could do. If the people that the swamp gravy that's running the swamp gravy now, if they ever wanted to do a real good swamp gravy show, another one like they used to have, they could get on. They could find out about them old grocery stores. Them old stores had, and they could go. They could run shows for the next 20 years with nothing but stories out of them old country stores.
You know, you said every crossroads had a store. Most of the crossroads had 2 or 3 stores, Floyd. I mean, it was. The deal was, it wasn't a big money maker for those particular folks that own the store. They just lived out of the store.
They
The family
lived out
lived
there.
out of the store.
I had a friend, and Marvin and Queasel knows him. Queasel knew him well, and he
Uh-oh.
lived on 91. Had a store. His mom and daddy had a store on 91 out there. His name was Snooky Cobb. That was his name, Snooky Cobb. And Snooky's mom and daddy had a store on that side. There was a crossroad there, and Snooky had a name for the crossroad. I'll tell you the name in a minute. But there was a crossroad there. Roscoe Sheffield had a store right over there in the southeast corner. Mr. John Kimball had a store in the southwest corner, and Mr. and Mrs. Cobb, Mr. Cleveland and Miss Ethel Cobb, two of the finest people that ever walked the planet, had a store over on the northwest side of the of the crossroad. So there was three stores at one crossroad on Highway 91, and Snooky could have been. He could have been a stand-up comedian in Las Vegas if he'd have just
without even trying.
why didn't he try? Just if he just had the opportunity. But Snooky, he would always, he always had him a cigarette. He was smoking a cigarette. He never could get his belt just right. He'd always be looking down at adjusting his belt buckle. Like he had smoking that cigarette. And Snooky had a saying. Okay, y'all remember this now. Roscoe Sheffield had that store over there. John Kimball had the store on this side, and Mr. and Miss Cobb had the store on the other side over there. Snooky had to say it. See, he said, folks ask me where I'm from. He said, I tell them, he said, I'm from Sheffield Corner and Kimball Street, Cobb Hotel, and nothing to eat. He was something else.
Oh,
That he was.
Oh, I know. Probably some of his kinfolks is watching tonight. They know that man Snooky, one of my best friends in the world. He could fix a tie. He could fix a flat tire. He could fix a flat tire before you could wind you. Watch. He was that good. He'd have that cigarette. He'd be bobbing. He'd have him tie too like that. He always had a cigarette.
He worked a many day down at the old Ford place.
Old Ford place. He was tire man down there.
Yes, he was.
Tire man down there. Flat tire.
Yes, he was.
Flat tire.
Hey,
He
Charlie,
worked 5.5 days a week. Worked 5.5 days a week. Bless his heart.
I talked to our old buddy, the good doctor. I talked to him Saturday morning. I called Dr. Hartzog up Saturday and talked to him. I had a agricultural question for him.
You have a sick tree?
No, I'm being invaded by snails. I got snails like you would. They eating my garden up. I mean, thousands of them.
Come on, man, it's a plague.
We just out there.
That's what I was going to say.
Crushing them and killing them and doing all that. And they just out there by the thousands. I called him up and he said, I've been asked a heap of questions, but he said, I ain't never been asked no question about no snail. They climbing up the trees. Up the trees in the yard, you can just take them and I mean, they just hundreds of them going up trees, flip over. They done killed all my snap beans. You turn a leaf over, they might be 10 or 15.
You called Dr. Hartzog. Have you called your preacher about that? I go back to what Floyd said.
He don't know about
plagues, and needs to be some Bible learnings from this thing somewhere.
Well, they wasn't out here until Marvin come out here. He come out here and see about my chicken one day. Then I got hit up with snail, but I got them everywhere. Get up every morning, walk up down the driveway, and probably kill 50 walking up down the driveway. I ain't never seen nothing like it before in my life.
That's unreal, man. You done blown my mind, Quaker. You done run past me, man. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing or heard nothing like that. Other than plague in the Bible with locusts and things, But that's
they out there in that garden, and they just suck the life. You can watch them. You go out and kill them today, and they be right back tomorrow. And
you ain't heard them. You ain't heard them.
Mm-mm. They just suck the life out.
It may be a protected species, man. You may you may not be able to get out of your house, drive out of your house, and kill them on that driveway if the wrong folks find out about that.
They protected because every one of them I see, the good Lord called them home. They protect.
You might got a use for them in heaven.
Yep. But I ain't never seen nothing. I mean, by the thousands. Never seen it before in my life. Little old bitty, some of them about big as your little bitty finger, and then there's some little old bitty ones, they breed, and then there's some about big as your thumb. Flat
Uh,
snails.
well, I don't know about the snails, but we got a little bit of relief over here in Alabama this week. They passed I don't know if they passed a law, they signed an order that us cattlemen have got the right to kill the black vulture if necessary, if it's trying to kill our calves. But here's the catch. Each farm can only kill 5 in a year's time.
Oh, please.
Wait a minute. Well, I ain't through, Floyd. And a maximum of 500 can be killed in the state of Alabama. I'm not joking.
Who in the
Who gonna kill him?
world?
Who's gonna
Who-
keep Allie?
Yeah, who gonna count?
That's my question. Everybody will see. Here's why, folks that are watching. Here's why we get together on Thursday night. We are all pretty much like-minded, and we all want to know who on God's green earth is going to go around 67 counties in the state of Alabama to every cattle producer. Floyd B. Lloyd. Oh, here. Floyd, how many vultures you killed this year?
Mhm. I mean,
Or
that's
Queen
unreal.
Alerkin.
And they
Well, you
wasting
got-
time. They wasting time doing this. They wasting time. They could be solving real problems, and this is what they do.
Yeah.
All of
That's
it. That's just a microcosm of how the whole thing works. It's a
Speaking
microcosm.
of solving problems, we got to pay some bills. Charlie,
Okay.
tell them about Outlaw.
I am ready for me some ribs. I didn't get no ribs on the 4th of July, and I hadn't felt right ever since. But let me tell you, if you want the best ribs, if you want the best pulled pork barbecue or chicken quarter you'll find anywhere in the southeastern United States, check with our friends at Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue. They're on the road again and again. I saw where they're going to be at Phillips the other day, but I couldn't get over there in time. But look at the Facebook page, see when they're coming near you or see where they'll be this weekend, and go get you some great barbecue with some great side dishes. And they're on the road. Plus, they're opening soon up in Troy, Alabama. And that's going to be right there on 231 and 3 Notch. So be watching for that up there, folks in Pike County, around the Troy area. Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue's coming your way. And also, still going to be coming to the old Kmart Shopping Center building in Bainbridge, Georgia. Check them out this weekend at a location near you.
All right, Queasel, talk to them about our friends on Highway 27 in Colquitt.
I tell you what, that place right there, they amaze me. They get more stuff in every day. They got a complete line of all your automotive, everything you need in that line. They got farming. They got all your the fluids, hydraulic fluids. They got everything you need to keep your farm stuff going, to keep your vehicles going. Man, if you want to clean up that tractor, clean up that car, or that truck, man, if you got a hot date, used to long time ago, if you had a hot date, boy, you take that old vehicle you had, because there wasn't much to it, but you shine that thing up, you put some stuff on them seats and have it so slick that she'd had to hang on to you, because the seat be so slick, she be sliding all over everywhere, man. You get that car seat so slick. They got all that stuff up there, everything you need there. They got the world famous Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellets and the rabbit pellet grill. If you look on that picture down there at the bottom, you see that assortment of rabbit pellets they got right there. On that picture up there on the left, on the top, there's that rabbit pellet grill. You get you that rabbit pellet grill and some of the rabbit pellets, and you come out here to my house and I give you some snails, and you can grill them on that rabbit pellet grill and have you a good meal of grilled snails. Then you can step across over there to the gun shop. Now that place is something else. Any kind of gun you can think of, if he ain't got it, he can get it, and he can get it in a hurry. All your ammunition needs, he's got all of it. Got gun repair. he goes in and remodels guns and makes them take a old beat up, rusted up gun, make it look like it just come out of the factory. Go see them. Go see Johnny and Keith. They hometown people. They working hard trying to make a.
Well, I guess they got us again.
I didn't
What it
say
sound
nothing.
like,
About
don't
that.
Well, we back. They got us again, but we back. Hey, y'all don't forget too on Key. Key's got gift bags. She does gift bags and she does all kind of balloons and all kind of gift items up there too. So make sure you visit them up there. Floyd, tell them about our other sponsor here.
Man, that's one of our best ones right there. I was in there this afternoon visiting with them. I tried something new, talking about that flounder fish we had tonight. I told us I want a little something different tonight rather than them shrimp. And I looked over there in that case there where she had that fresh fish, and then I said, let me have one of them slabs right there. She laid it out there for me, and I brought that thing home and I cooked it. And you talk about something fine. I mean, that was some kind of fine fresh fish right there. And tomorrow night, look at that phone number right there, 229-254-7115. Call them to reserve your Low Country boil plate. She's going to have that tomorrow night again. She does it on Friday nights from time to time. $12.99, and it's a plate full of stuff. It's got your sausage on there, got your shrimp on there, your corn, your potatoes, all your seasoned up mighty fine. It'll be in a box so you can take it home and eat it. Get you 2 or 3 boxes of it. But you call Miss Ansley, you call Ziggy B there, and tell her what you want on that Low Country boil. Tell her how many you want. She'll have them ready for you. Tell them what time you want them. She'll have them ready for you when you get them. When you get there to pick them up. But y'all go by and see Ziggy B's seafood market in Colquitt. One of the best things that we got going in Colquitt, Georgia right now for something good to eat. So y'all check them out. They'll do business with you and they'll appreciate your business.
Guys, it's time now for the Southern Hissy Fits trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Our winner will receive a logoed enamel mug with the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show logo on it. Compliments of Southern Hissy Fits, who are located on the square, 109 West College Street in Colquitt, 229-758, 229-726. 4825 is the number to call. I promise you they can do anything custom you need done. Embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, car tags, keychains, all kind of gifts, any kind of item of that nature that you need. Stop by and see them right there on the square in Colquitt, and I promise you they will fix you up and you will be happy. All right, it's time for the trivia question. We need you to text your name and the correct answer, to 229-254-5060, and we will take the first correct answer and your name, 229-254-5060. And here is the question. What country music legend had 14 songs banned by radio stations? What?
Sound like us at Facebook.
yeah. What country music legend had 14 songs banned by radio?
Ooh,
Y'all know that one?
I think I do.
I think I do.
I don't.
We're gonna see what we got coming in. Text correct answer and your name, 229-254-5060 is the number to call and to text in. Oh, mercy, we done got a winner right here.
Wow.
That was a all right. Floyd, you guess it.
Well, I got 2. I'm from one end of the spectrum to the other.
All right.
I was either Loretta Lynn or David Allen Coe.
You had it right on the first one. Loretta Lynn, daughter, had 14 of her songs banned on radio. 14 of them banned.
David never did have no band because they never did play none of his songs.
Why did they ban them?
It was the language he used in there to describe certain things.
He
I
talking
can,
about
I can
Loretta
see
Lynn.
it with David Allen Coe, but why would they ban Loretta Lynn?
Oh, man.
Yeah, she was for the age and day. I saw a documentary on her, man. She was they didn't.
He said, "Don't come home a drinking with
Don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind.
Yeah, and the pill. Bad
The pill.
And hey, our winner tonight is one of our new volunteer firemen, Mr. Cade Coronado. He is the winner, young volunteer fireman right here in Colquitt, Georgia. So he is the winner. If you want to stop by Hissy Fits right there on the square in Colquitt, they will give you your logoed enamel mug. Guys, I got one human interest public service announcement I would like to throw up tonight from these are three young guys that are Miller County high school students. They are in football and they play in football, and they are hardworking young guys that want to go. They're trying to get their way to a football camp in Pensacola, Florida, and this coming next weekend in front of the Chamber of Commerce in Colquitt. That'll be right there on Highway 27 at 8 a.m. on Saturday. They will be having a car wash to try to help them to be able to go to a football camp in Pensacola, Florida. They're all three Miller County Pirates. They've in the past have been to Troy University to some football camps, as you can see right there from our the helmets and the t-shirts they got on. But these are young guys right here, and they are trying to make a difference. They're trying to work hard, and they are asking the community to help them to be able to get to football camp in Pensacola, Florida. So if you're in the Colquitt, Georgia area and you like to help them at that car wash, or if you want to contact one of us and let us know you'd like to help them out, we'd be most appreciative of that. And we just wanted to pass that along to our viewers tonight. That is Mr. Colt Richardson, Mr. Hold on, let me get all their names here.
Landon King,
and Cooper Coronado.
That's Mr. Coronado on the right.
Yep. That's not Cade. That's his brother Coop.
That's his brother. That's right.
We want to give a shout out to these young men right here and encourage y'all to help them if it's where you can. They'll be at a car wash at the Chamber of Commerce on Highway 27, or you get up with one of us and we'll make sure we get them the support that you'd like to help them with.
Good
All right,
deal,
guys. Before we go into the next segment here, I only got one news story tonight, but I want to comment from all three of you on this one now, including you, Floyd B. Lloyd. Do any of you all, other than Floyd, know who a gentleman by the name of Joey Chestnut is? Joey Chestnut. Joey is the reigning.
Yeah, I know it. I watched him.
Okay, you know who he is. He is the reigning hot dog eating champion for the past 16 of the last 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this year he ate 68 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That was not his record. His record was 76, but he ate 68 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And here's what he quoted to Fox News that afternoon after this had taken place. He said, and I quote, "I am so bloated. I'm walking around Manhattan right now. I had an arugula salad, and I am terrorizing some toilets around here. It's not pretty, but I got it done."
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
It sounds like to me testimony I've heard from Queasel about going on trips with Marvin and things, terrorizing toilets everywhere.
At least he made it to the toilet. He didn't terrorize the elevator.
I mean, what 68 hot dogs in 10 minutes? What's your thought on that?
That's an eating rascal. I'm gonna tell you what, I watched him. So he would put them in there. He would put them in there two at a time, and they take the bun. They really cheating. They take that bun and they douche it down in a thing of water in a cup. And they squeeze it, and they just. I don't see how they. I don't see how they do it. But I watched it. I watched him do it. They don't. It's like a sponge, man. They take that bun down there and sponge it, and then they'll get it, and it's all in the rhythm. One hand's right behind the other. Putting two more weenies in there. They just go one right behind another.
You not.
You can't eat that fast.
Yeah, you not interested.
I have no interest in that. I'm gonna go opine about one thing. Queasel experienced a miracle in his life a year ago. Queasel, that's nothing compared to this man that eats 75 hot dogs at a time that is still alive. You're blessed.
I want to know
But
if
he's
anybody.
way up here, man. You know, gluttony is one of those deadly sevens. That's one of them. But
Yeah.
anybody, that's all I'm gonna say.
Has his cholesterol number ever been made public?
I know this. He holds 55 world champions, and he came in second place in the wing eating contest in Buffalo, New York. He ate 224 wings at one sitting, and the winner was a Chinese that ate 233 wings.
And he ain't no big fella neither. He just
No.
you know.
He wants to go to Alaska and do a king crab eating competition and a Taco Bell eating competition. And can you imagine the disaster there?
Well, I can tell you, second place don't count because I done come in second out there in the gas siphoning contest in San Francisco twice. You don't get no trophy for coming in second till you floor it.
No, nothing. No, yeah, you get a goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Nice knowing you.
That's right.
Hey
Hey,
guys,
how,
let me
how
throw this in
many?
before you go. They just texted me the car wash is this Saturday. This coming Saturday. I had it wrong. It was I misread it. It's this coming Saturday, 8 o'clock, the Chamber of Commerce parking lot on Highway 27 in Concord, Georgia. Y'all go help them boys out. If you ain't got a car, you ain't got a bicycle that needs washing, stop by there and throw them a few dollars in the plate and help them out. Go ahead, Queasy.
I was just going. How many did the gal eat? You know, there was a lady that won it.
Yeah,
She won the
I,
women's division. How many did she? She ate 35 or 40, didn't she?
she was
Oh yeah,
trying to break a record. 40, I think, is what she's trying for.
yeah. 76 was his record that he set back in 2021, and he's done it. He's held the title for 16 of the last 17 years.
And you know, here's the thing: you eat them hot dogs, you do all that, you got to go to the toilet. But if you're gonna prove something, let's spice them babies up. Put some chili on there, and let's see how long they have to wait before they have to hit the toilet. Put some of that good spicy homemade chili on there, and let's juice it up and see what they can do then.
Well, you know,
Then you know.
we talked about the challenge. The only thing I do a mullet row eating contest.
I put money on that.
You win
know
it,
I'm
but
not a
everybody else
gambler.
would lose.
I'm not a gambler, but I'd probably bet on that deal.
Do you hear this?
But
That's
that challenge,
Nadine back. I said, do you hear this?
you got to remember, if you eat a different row from every mullet, it won't tear your stomach up.
Yeah.
Ain't that what you said now?
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Explain that now.
I don't know. You got a row comes in a pair. You got to split it and only eat one set out of the pair. So you got to split it,
A
eat
set
one,
is
put
two.
one over here. Well, I know that. You split it, you eat one, put one over here, then you go to the next one. You don't eat the same two that's paired off together.
And that won't bother you then.
That's the old wives' tale.
How do you eat goat cheese?
By the pound. Go ahead. Floyd is our man. Your man gonna call in. It's 10
Yeah,
minutes.
no, you got to quit talking about crapping. I'm sorry, about eating 76 hot dogs. Call him Teddy. Call the number there. Call it Teddy. Our friend Ted Airy. Our friend Dr. Ted Airy from Albany. He listens in to us every week. He is living in Albany, Georgia, in that progressive utopia of Albany, and he has all kind of life. He has all kind of enlightenment and exploits in Albany, Georgia. And I told him, I said, we're going to call in tonight, and I'm going to let you tell us
Hello.
briefly, Dr. Ted, about, we don't want to go back to when you were living in Moultrie, and all that. But just tell us briefly one of your exploits that you have just recently had in Albany, Georgia. Is he on the line? Is Dr.
I
Ted
think
on the line?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here loud and clear, broadcasting from Doherty County.
Doherty County, Georgia. Yeah,
Bless your heart.
He left that hell hole of down there around Bay Point in Panama City and moved to that progressive utopia of Albany, Georgia.
Yes,
That's
right.
how friend Ted. But he's happy. Hey, he's happy wherever he's at. He was he'll find pleasure wherever he's at. He's gonna find happiness. But brother Ted, good talking to you, Dr. Ted. I hope your book is selling well. I hope your book is doing well. He's written the book. We had him on not long ago about hellfire, brimstone, and fried chicken. He wrote all that book about growing up churched in the South. Y'all need to check him out. Dr. Ted Airy. Check him out on his book. But Dr. Airy, if you will, I know you've had some exploits in Albany, Georgia, some interesting events that happened to you. Could you enlighten us and let us fill us in on
This
maybe
was
what has
good.
happened to you recently?
This was good. The old folks like to say vertical and taking nourishment. So I'm trying to walk a lot. I'm 70. I do 5, 6 miles, 7 miles a day. And all this. So I was at the Y, which has got an outside yard.
Hold on, easy now. Hold on, listen, slow down now. You at the Y. Now, what is the Y? Is that like the YMCA, or is
Yeah,
it just the
yeah.
Y? Huh?
And it's got an outside yard attached to the building, like about a city block.
He's like
I got
Leo.
one of them.
Go
I
ahead.
got an
It's got a
outside yard.
wire fence
Uh-huh.
with barbed wire on it. Can you imagine people breaking in a health club? They were. Like, the barbed wire at the top, but people could still cover their arms with towels and get over it. I saw one or two, but at any rate, I'm out there on the hottest day of the year, Saturday. It's about 112 with a heat index. And I did a good bit. I did 3.5 miles, and I'm come to the door, and it's locked up tighter than a brass drum. 3 or 4 doors locked. And I ran to the fence and looked out there. They'd gone home. They was closed up.
They left you out there by yourself out there in the compound. That's kind of like the exercise area at the state prison, kind of way you describe.
Yeah, that's right. It's a yard. It's a yard. People heckle you by there. People that don't walk, they're kind of jealous of people that walk. They go, hey, skinny boy.
Did any of them threaten you? Did you feel threatened, any of them, or was you on the other side of the chain link fence?
Yeah, as long as I'm on the other side, I'm good. So I didn't know what to do. I thought, shoot, I got to call 911. I ain't going to get out of here. And so I called 911. Now, you try to explain to the operator you're locked in a health facility in a yard with barbed wire above it and all this, and I went through that. And I said, ma'am, it's so hot. I think I'm Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I said, I've been out here an hour and a half. I'm covered in sweat. I said, I want to go home. You need to send somebody with a ladder, a big ladder to put over a barbed wire top. So I stood around a minute and hung up, got that across to her. And then I decided I would do the country boy thing and start jimmying locks, kind of like the England brothers did to get out of their prison,
Yeah.
So we did that in Swamp Gravy. You can't keep country people locked up. The prison system knows that. So I got the jimmying and pulling and jerking and seizing on a door, and I got that thing open. So I went in the dark facility, wound around through there in the dark, and I'm thinking, I could be locked at the front like the lady. When I was a kid, a lady on an obstetrical table in Valdosta got up and checked to see why the doctor had not come in there, and they'd all gone home. And she got to the front, and she couldn't get out. She had to call 911, but they had to get somebody with a key. But at any rate, I got
okay. Let's get on back. Ease on back to the story now. Come on.
Yeah, door
Let's go
open.
to the Y. Let's go back to the Y.
Yeah, and the door opened, and I got out of there in the dark and got in my truck and called the 911, said, I have escaped, but I appreciate your concern. And so I said, I have extricated myself from the situation. She said, okay, and they're on the way, whatever. I said, well, cancel it because I'm out. I'm gone.
There ain't no more them fire trucks up there that I have. Man, them things still sitting. They were still playing dominoes in there in the fire station. They ain't no more.
I imagine eating
They
donuts.
said, man, we ain't going over there.
Dominoes,
No fool over there. Man, please. But anyway, you got out, and that's the main thing. You got out, and you was able to extricate yourself and get in your car. Was your hubcaps or any of your wheels missing from your car when you got out?
Everything good. Yeah, you lock your cars up here for sure.
You can't lock your wheels. How about you wonder if they got any of your wheels? How about your gas? Did you have was your gas tank topped off? Did you have all your gas in your car? They had siphoned your gas out, Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Had all the gas. Yeah, that's right. No siphoning. Yeah, no siphoning.
That only happened in San Francisco.
Yeah, today's crooks don't know how to siphon no more.
No, they ain't gonna siphon no gas. They'll just knock you in the head and steal your car. Well, Ted, I am glad you're doing well. I'm glad you will. We're always delighted to hear from you. Glad you're doing well, and you have numerous stories.
Wonderful, man. Y'all have fun.
Well, are you through? Are you done? I hadn't dismissed you yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I
No.
escaped and everything's
You
well. I'm at home with my wife. I said, well, I had another adventure.
you need just easy now. It's just easy, easy. We're gonna try to do this again, but we have parameters that we have to work within.
Yeah,
You
I
do it.
was
You
the
do
one that tried to burn up the Walmart this week.
it. So you was in Walmart when it caught on fire.
Yeah, they tried to get me out of there, and I said I can't. My car's on the grease rack back there. I'm getting an oil change. Oh, they said, oh,
What was
eyes was
Walmart on
stinging.
fire for? Wait a minute. Just easy now.
Well,
Explain what was Walmart on fire for? How did it catch on fire?
there was some perpetrators. Their picture is now on the Lee County Sheriff's Department. 5 of them. They went back there. They didn't bring their fireworks. They had their own. They used Walmart's fireworks. Didn't buy them. Set them off in there and set a fire. I mean, it caused some damage back toward hardware, and that place smoked up. So they had to run everybody out and bring 2 fire trucks, and I was on the grease rack. So my eyes burned a little bit when I paid the bill, but everything's good.
So
Okay.
you
All right. So here comes again. More fire people. I wondered if they recognize was when you called them from the Y. Was that before or either after
This was before. Yeah,
they could have recognized you.
They got him on the watch list.
For
Ted, you on the watch list, though, buddy. They watching you.
Yeah, they watching you, son. Wherever you are, trouble follows. It seems like chaos follows you wherever you are. Mayhem.
Yeah.
You can be the mayhem man, advertising man on TV. Lord have mercy. Well, Teddy, Dr. Teddy, it's a pleasure talking with you, and we'll do this again. We always enjoy your time with us, and you're just a pleasure. We love you so much, and the best to you and yours.
Yeah, you too. Y'all stay safe and be particular.
Thank you, buddy.
It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you, there, Marvin. I appreciate it, man. I always enjoy Dr. Harry. He's always a pleasure he always brings something to the table. And the trouble is, he wants to stay at the table a long time. Oh, Lord, this is Floyd's Short List tonight. I'm gonna have to go ahead and shoot this to you pretty quick here. We're gonna be running out of time pretty soon. But anyway, I'm sitting here pondering. I got some questions out there. I'm not going to expound on this, but my question is, what are they going to do with Kamala? That's my question. What are they going to do with Kamala? And then I got to thinking. I said, now, first of all, they got to do something with Joe. They got to get Joe. Joe got to go before Kamala can go. But anyway, that's just something for y'all. If any of you Democrats out there that might be listening in, if y'all call us in and let us know, what's the plans for Joe. And then what's the plans for Kamala? I wish y'all would let us know, cause it looks like it's getting pretty serious around them there, and ain't nobody coming to the defense as much as they used to be. They pretty pretty much on your own, Joe and Kamala. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. So y'all need to be kind of looking over your shoulders, cause looking way I'm looking over your shoulder, it looks like Michelle Obama is right closing in on y'all pretty close there, back in the background back there just waiting. But y'all just be particular out there, Joe and Kamala, because your days is numbered. I'll go ahead and tell you. Not from the MAGA folks, not from the MAGA folks, but from your leftist lunatic Democrat folks, because I think they done had a bait of y'all. But anyway, short list. Y'all just think about that. Ponder on that, if you will. Short list. Number of minutes that 60 Minutes has talked about the Joe Biden and Hunter Biden shakedowns. Number of minutes that 60 Minutes has devoted to that, to their fraud. Here's enough valid reasons why having a junk car and discarded appliances in your yard is going to increase your home's value. And one follows the other. You know, you don't have just one. You don't have one without the other. Normally, if you see, you know, a junk car sitting there with all the wheels off of it or whatever, a tarpaulin that's about half rotted off of it, you're gonna see. I guarantee you're gonna see a washing machine that's been sitting in that yard for about 5 years. At least one washing machine, and probably a refrigerator sitting out there too. So one follows the other. So if you'll just notice on that and think about that for a moment. It was speeches that Barack Hussein Obama could finish if his teleprompter suddenly quit working. Ooh. It's the times that cocaine was found at the White House while Donald Trump was president. Come on.
Then they're gonna cut us off again. The president said they monitored it.
Just
They're gonna cut us
asking.
off.
This is questions I'm asking. I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I stand corrected if I'm wrong. Items sold on the open market that are more worthless. Let me go back to this. Items that are sold on the open market. Items that are more worthless than a Hunter Biden painting.
Mm-hmm.
That's as worthless thing as there ever has been created on the open market. Nobody wants it except people who want favors from Joe Biden. That's how that deal works. Here's one right here. Here's what you might want to think of right here. Some of you Democrats. Democrats that are more concerned about child sex trafficking than about child gender mutilation and abortion on demand. See, that's two of the altars that y'all worship at. Child gender mutilation and abortion on demand. That's two of your main planks in your platform. But you ain't worried about sex trafficking going on. You ain't worried about it. Let's move on. Let's move past that. Just getting serious with y'all in a minute. I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit here now. Pentecostal preachers. I would be remiss if I didn't include them in my short list. And this is a compliment. You think, y'all listen to me now. You Pentecostals don't get all sideways and all crossways and everything. Oh, Floyd, talking about Pentecostal preachers. No, you ain't. Floyd, y'all don't listen. You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're assuming. You're reading something into it that is not there. I just want to explain that. Pentecostal preachers that preach sermons from the Living Bible. Come on. What about it out there? What about somebody? Preachers out there want to opine on that? And last but not least, including his bladder and his bowels, things that Joe Biden has any control over. Thank y'all.
Here we
Peace,
go.
we love you.
Listening to Creation and Compound.
That's a terrible sound, right? You know what else is terrible? Folks not hearing about a message of hope. Do me a favor. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on our podcast episodes. Now, if you know somebody that might enjoy this episode, please copy and paste our link and send their way. Who knows? Sharing that link might help them experience a new sound.
You're listening to Creation Campus.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the weather for a moment or two. It is hot, hot, hot. We've had in the last week some heat indices. That feels like temperature, if you want to call it that, over 105 degrees, up in the 107, 108 range. So if you're going to be outside, even on days when the surface temperature is only 92, that heat index could be up there around 102. Be careful. Although they're not giving us a big chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, you can expect some scattered activity here and there throughout this area of southwest Georgia, southeast Alabama, and northwest Florida. Better chances on Monday. It'd be nice to see something in the 80s instead of these 90s, and chances of rain back in for middle of the week and on into next weekend. So if you hadn't got the rain, hopefully the next few days you will. Thank y'all for watching us. We appreciate you. Pray for this nation. We need it. We're in a mess. It's not getting any better. So just pray for our country and one another. Queasel.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, I agree with you 100%. What we need is prayer. We got one hope. His name is Jesus. That's all we got. Y'all don't forget that. We need to realize that we know better. We all know better, but yet we do it anyway. We are worshiping. I think Floyd hit on it a little bit in what he was saying. We're worshiping the wrong thing. We worshiping the wrong idols. We got the wrong gods before us. Last people that done that was the Israelites. They done that, and they wandered around out there in the wilderness just forever and ever. And I'm wondering if that's what we're gonna have to do, is wander around in the wilderness for a while. It's a shame to see our country be embarrassed and be the laughing stock. It bothers me to hear on the news and pick up some article and read it to where these other countries that used to fear us are now laughing at us, laughing at our military, laughing at our commander in chief. You know, we pick and joke and cut up and carry on, but that's a serious matter. We are not feared any longer. I worry about our future. I worry about the world that we're turning the next generation into, what we're giving them as a world. Ain't but one way to fix it, and that's prayer. He's always listening. All you gotta do is call on his name. He paved the way. He paved the way to the throne to talk to him. That's all we got to do. He's listening. He loves us. He loves this earth. He loves the United States of America. He's ready to help out anytime we can. We just got to go to him and ask him for help. We love y'all. We're going to ask you to pray. We're going to ask you to pray for this nation, as Charlie said. Pray that we can get back on the right track. It's getting to be close to election time. It's time to let's pray that some God-fearing men and women get put into office. And we need to start praying. And you know what? You'd be surprised what a bunch of praying people can do when they get together and get started. We love y'all. Thank you for letting us in your house. We'll see y'all again next week. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Queen. Great words, man. That's words of wisdom right there. Absolutely 100% nothing but the truth. But my my little statement tonight, always like it always is, exercise your Second Amendment rights. You never know when you might have to use them. And you still have those rights. As long as you have those rights, exercise them. Be prepared for anybody, any event that might happen to you that you don't want to happen to you and your family. Be prepared to protect you, yourself, and your family. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Watch what's going on around you. Watch who you pull up to next to the traffic light on both sides of you. Watch what they're doing. You watch what people are doing in the parking lot of the mall or the restaurant or wherever you are. You watch them and surround yourself with like-minded people. Associate yourself with like-minded people. Leave them crazy folks alone, and you know who they are. Most of the time, you know who they are. That's one good thing about us living in a small town. We know who the crazy folks are, and we don't bother with them. We say, hey, how you doing? Good evening, and ease on. So don't waste no time. Don't spend no time with people like that. Surround yourself with like-minded people. When you lay down and go to sleep tonight in your bed, in the comfort of your home without air conditioner going, cool bed, cool sheets, everything going good for you. The lights is out. There ain't nobody but you and the good Lord talking. You start thanking Him for everything He's done for you today, just today. And you'll go to sleep. You'll be asleep and you'll still be thinking. Good night, y'all.
Yes, we love y'all. We appreciate you inviting us in. Want to give a big shout out once again this coming Saturday. On Highway 27 at the Chamber of Commerce beginning at 8 a.m. Go by and help these boys. Get them to football camp in Pensacola. Let them wash your car. Drop a few dollars off to them. Hey, guys, we love you. You know Sunday's coming. You know what I'm going to tell you. Go to church. Worship the Lord. Give him his due. Our scripture this week comes from the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 9. Love must be sincere, hate what is evil, and cling to what is good. And I can tell you this, God is good all the time, and we need to cling to him. Guys, we love you. Appreciate you joining us. Hope you had a good time tonight. Hope maybe something we said maybe lifted you up, maybe caused you to laugh. But we appreciate you just spending your Thursday night with us. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here, same place, same time next week for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do the rest of this week, you always be particular. Good night, y'all.
Good night. See you.